It's your boy Heaven Hollywood, and welcome to Take It or Leave It. On Take It or Leave It, I give my honest take on one topic for the day. And tonight I'm giving my honest take on Ashanti and Irv Gotti and Irv Gotti's recent comments, on Drink Champs and on other platforms about Ashanti situation that happened 20 years ago. So I'm going to give you my take, and you can take it or leave it. Now, as we all know, Irv Gotti was the CEO and the boss of Murder Inc. Records. Murder Inc. Records consists of Ja Rule, consists of Ashanti. They were the two biggest artists. Later on, Lloyd was a part of it. Charlie Baltimore, Vita, Lil Mo at some point. So it was at one point, for about a 3 to 5 year span, pretty much the staple of hip hop. Murder Inc. Records was. Don't let everybody get it twisted, but Murder Inc. Records was running things. All right. Everybody at first thought that Ashanti was with Ja. That was, Ja would be used as like a decoy, because Herb, when he first started, being interested in Ashanti, of course, he was married. So it states that they didn't get together into a relationship till around 2003. Now, whether they were messing around before that or not, that has not been confirmed, but I would pretty much probably say that's true. That before they got into a full-blown sexual relationship and later on a real relationship, I'm going to say it may have been around that time, but we don't know whether they were messing around prior to that. Now, I've been hearing everybody talk about Irv. Irv needs to shut up. Irv is talking too much. Now, recently I've heard some people say, go to the narrative of Ashanti needs to sue him. Ashanti needs to give him a cease and desist. Ashanti needs to give him a gag order. Well, a gag order is only going to exist if you guys are going to court and then you don't want him speaking on the case or speaking on you no more. You give him a gag order. A cease and desist, more times than none, if you're telling the truth, no one will come at you with a cease and desist. And I'll get into that in a second. So people are saying, why don't Ashanti just send Herb this cease and desist? Because when you do that and then you start getting courts involved or what have you, you start opening up a whole nother can of worms. See, it's easy for people to say, just send them a cease and desist or take them to court. I would take them to court. Sure, you would. You don't have to spend the money. And if you lose all of your, or if you win or lose, all your dirty laundry is coming out, and that's going to be the end of it. You're not going to be able to hide your persona anymore. And that's what Ashanti was doing in the late 90s, early 2000s. She developed this good girl reputation, opposite of Mary J. Blige. She was the church girl from Glen Cove, Long Island. And Ashanti was, she's just nice and sweet, just wanted to be a singer. She doesn't do those things. Ashanti would never sleep with a married man. Here's my question to all the ladies out there that's caping for Ashanti. And it's pretty easy to cape for Ashanti. She's always been likable, beautiful. A lot of people say she can't sing. I happen to think she can sing. And so it was easy to like Ashanti. But let's not forget, Ashanti slept with a married man. We all know that Irv was wrong in his doings, even though people, they keep putting the narrative in that, he cheated on his wife with Ashanti. Irv and his wife Deb was already separated, about to go through a divorce when he started dating Ashanti. But that's not here nor there. Ashanti still knew that Irv was married. And the funny thing is, I get into arguments with people all the time. I say, how come you girls don't don't support Alicia Keys anymore? And instead of them not wanting to just answer, oh, I don't think she's relevant, or I'm not into her music, or whatever, they try to say, oh, we would have supported Alicia, but Alicia lost a lot of women's support when she cheated with when she got with that married man. Talking about Swizz. I said I don't buy that at all, because Ashanti was also with a married man, and y'all act like Ashanti's a victim here. Ashanti, you're not a victim. And she knows she's not a victim, and that's the reason why she's not taking her to court. You see people saying, sue him, sue him, sue him. Ashanti, don't be listening to these other people on the outside telling you to sue this man. You might be walking into a death trap and end up spending with that little money you got left. I wouldn't enter into no lawsuit. There goes Debbie Alonzo, which is Gotti's wife of many years. So why isn't Ashanti being looked upon as the bad girl? Why not? Why isn't anybody considering, you know what? Ashanti has to hold some accountability. Irv Gotti, this is not Irv Gotti's first time talking about this. Irv Gotti started talking about this way back in 2013, even before that. And Ashanti knew Irv was married. So how come no one seems to be getting on Ashanti? But y'all told me that's the reason why you don't support Alicia Keys anymore. It's because she slept with Swizz Beatz, who was a married man, which I don't buy at all. I don't buy that that's the reason why y'all don't support Alicia Keys anymore. So Miss Ashanti knew Irv was married, whether he was separated or what have you. She was creeping around with Nelly, and at the same time creeping around with Chinks Santana, who was another affiliate of Murder Inc. People say, why isn't she taking him to court? Because Ashanti knows if she goes to court, she's going to have to go up under oath. And then I believe she's not doing it because she's afraid of what else is going to come out. She don't know if Irv got a tape. She don't know if somebody else she messed with will have to be brought into it and spill the beans. She didn't know. So that's why I think she's not taking him to court. Irv is speaking his truth. I'm going to be honest with you. If I lost Ashanti, I'd probably still be talking about it 20 years later too. I'm not even going to hold you. But Irv is wrong and that stuff for talking about it now, and his wife, and he's walking around, he got Ashanti's watch on, and he's seeming like he's getting visibly upset when we talk about Ashanti and Nelly. And I know he's probably pissed now that Nelly done went and brought Ashanti out on the stage. But do I think it's wrong that he talks about Ashanti? He's promoting his documentary. It's in his documentary. If she comes out and says, Irv, could you please stop talking about me? I think Irv is trying to end up someone asking Ashanti, because remember, Ashanti has never publicly admitted to sleeping with Irv Gotti. But she has several witnesses on Irv's side and several witnesses that's not on no one's side that would testify that Gotti was sleeping with Ashanti. And I know one of them. She's from Murder Inc. Records. And she's already told me, listen, I love Ashanti, but the truth is the truth. Everybody know she was smashing Irv. And that was years ago that this person said that to me. So my take it or leave it is, Irv Gotti can say whatever he wants. If it's not true, then Ashanti needs to bring him to court, give him a cease and desist, and bring him into court, or see if he's defaming her name. But remember, you saw the Cardi B case. She just barely won with all that evidence. You got to prove that him coming out and saying you were sleeping with him or you weren't loyal, you have to prove that that is costing you bags. And Ashanti, you look like you flying out to Dubai every other week. So don't look like it's affect your money at all. But if you believe that this is slander, what he's saying, and you believe that it's defamation, take him to court. But you're going to have to be willing to endure everything that comes out when you're at court. You willing to do that, Ashanti? Let the games begin. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. You can take it or leave it.